Hello, welcome to Superfood for Women, where we talk about healthy tips and ideas for women's health. In this video we will list the top 10 superfoods every woman should eat. Make sure to hit the like button, share and subscribe. Enjoy. 10 superfoods women should eat. Do you know which foods pack the most vitamins, minerals and antioxidants? Read on for a list of superfoods you're not eating enough of. It's not always easy to eat the right things. So when you fill your plate with wholesome foods, it pays to make sure you're choosing the most nutritious ones. Romaine lettuce is good for you, but swapping it for one of the even more nutritious dark, leafy greens, like spinach or kale, is even better. Some foods, after all, are true nutritional powerhouses, with more vitamins, minerals and disease-fighting antioxidants than others. But a superfood doesn't deserve that status if it's too expensive or difficult to find, says Wendy Bazillion, Road, co-author of Superfoods RX Diet, Lose Weight with the Power of Super Nutrients, Riddale Books. Like an exercise routine, your diet has to be something you can stick with and enjoy. Here is a superfoods list of the top 10 expert-recommended foods that will pack the most nutrients onto your plate. Superfood 1. Broccoli. Few vegetables are as divisive as broccoli, which was on former President H.W. Bush's "do not eat" list. Either you love it or hate it, and researchers have even studied the reasons why. Here's a clue. If your parents don't like the green stuff, chances are you won't either. Of course, that doesn't mean you can't find a tasty way to incorporate it into your diet. Why it's a good food for women. Calciferous veggies like broccoli, cauliflower and Brussels sprouts pack a serious punch against cancer. That's one reason Joel Fuhrman, MD, author of Eat for Health, Gift of Health Press, recommends eating foods from that food family every day. In lab studies, sulforaphane, a chemical found in broccoli and its cousins, actually made cancer cells like leukemia and melanoma self-destruct. A 2007 Chinese study found that the compound may slow down the spread of breast cancer. 1 cup of broccoli also boasts a whopping 135% of your daily vitamin C needs. Where to get it? Frozen or fresh, broccoli is easy to come by year-round. To get the most out of this super veggie, eat it raw or lightly steamed. Cooking kills off most of its vitamin C. Superfood recipe: broccoli salad with creamy feta dressing. Superfood 2. Beets. Don't let the color scare you, these crimson root vegetables are sweet, rich and buttery. And the nutritional value beets pack is so great, you really should get to know them better. Why it's a good food for women. A 2012 study published in the journal Nutrition found that drinking a glass of beet juice, otherwise known as beetroot, may immediately lower your blood pressure. Even if you think you're at risk for high blood pressure, you will be. 1 in 3 Americans has hypertension and 90% will get it in their lifetime. High blood pressure can damage your arteries, which can lead to plaque buildup, heart disease, blood clots and strokes. According to Johnny Bowden, PhD, author of the 150 Healthiest Foods on Earth, Fair Winds Press, beets are loaded with potassium, which counteract the effects of our salt-heavy diet. They're also high in folate, which we need to manufacture new cells and prevent DNA damage, a precursor to cancer. Beet juice may also boost workout stamina by 16%, making exercise feel less tiring so you can go for longer, according to a 2009 English study. The chemicals in beets show great promise in combating cancer and inflammation, too. Where to get it? If you can't find beet juice at your local grocer, order it online for about $6 at vitacost.com. It has a distinctive, earthy taste and mixes well with other juices, like cranberry. Canned beets are much easier to come by and cheaper. A great way to serve them up is: toss beets into an arugula salad with goat cheese and walnuts, and drizzle with balsamic vinaigrette and cracked pepper. Throw in some lean bacon for a distinctive salty sweet flavor. Superfood 3. Turmeric. Spice up your meals with turmeric. Most often found in yellow curry dishes, turmeric is a member of the ginger family. Why it's a good food for women. Curcumin, a plant nutrient that gives turmeric its deep golden hue, has long been used in Eastern medicine to treat infections and help speed wound healing. Preliminary research in mice suggests that the spice may be useful in treating conditions like inflammation, digestive problems, arthritis and Alzheimer's. Regions of India with the highest regular consumption of turmeric have the lowest rates in the world of Alzheimer's disease. Bazillion says, it may help promote brain health as we age. The body can absorb only a fraction of the curcumin we eat, but adding black pepper may boost our system's ability to use it by 2000%, according to Indian researchers. Where to get it? Look for turmeric in your supermarket's spice aisle. It costs about $4 per bottle. If you're lucky enough to live in an area with a Little India, you can find turmeric in bulk for much cheaper. Or use curry powder, which contains large amounts of the super spice. Superfood 4, sardines. Sardines get a bad rap. But before you toss this one back to sea, these guys taste like tuna, are less fishy than caviar and come already deheaded, so they won't stare back when you peel open a can. Why it's a good food for women. Sardines are a cheap and convenient way to fill up on fish oil, vitamin D and calcium all at once, says Janice Gibran, MS, Road, co-author of The Best Life Guide to Managing Diabetes and Pre-Diabetes, Simon & Schuster. Just one can of bone-in sardines covers 125% of your vitamin D needs, 35% of your calcium needs and 88% of your daily selenium requirement, she says. Selenium, an antioxidant, helps keep the immune system in fighting form and protects cells from damage. Where to get it? For the healthiest catch, choose water-packed sardines without added salt. If you still can't stomach the tiny fish, canned salmon with the bones will give you the same amount of calcium, vitamin D, omega-3s and selenium. Superfood 5, kale. Kale is part of the broccoli, or brassica, family. So if you're broccoli phobic but want to reap its benefits, learn to love these leafy greens. Why it's a good food for women. Not only does it do a number on cancer, it also helps the heart. According to Gibran, a half cup of kale juice per day jacked up helpful HDL cholesterol by 27% and lowered artery clogging LDL cholesterol in just 12 weeks in one study. Kale is loaded with vitamin C, great for your complexion, as well as calcium and vitamin A, Bazillion says. Leafy greens also contain carotenoids such as lutein and zeaxanthin that help preserve vision and prevent eye strain, serious assets for those who stare at a computer screen all day. Where to get it? You probably breeze right by kale every time you wander through the produce aisle. It's sitting next to those other leafy greens you've probably never tried, like collard, mustard and turnip greens and Swiss chard. Superfood 6, blueberries. This superfruit needs no introduction. The berries are so common in the US that you might have grown up picking them right off bushes in your backyard. Why it's a good food for women. Anthocyanidins, the chemicals that give blueberries their color, have hit the spotlight for their purported health benefits. Though still being studied, plants with these super antioxidants have anti-inflammatory powers that may lower the risk of heart disease, diabetes and arthritis and protect against mental decline, according to various studies. But what makes blueberries a true standout is their convenience. They're versatile, Brazilian says. They don't require seeding or chopping and you can get them year-round, frozen, fresh or dried. Acai is a Central American relative to the blueberry and is just as good for you, but they're expensive and can be hard to find. Where to get it? Blueberries can cost less than $3 a pound in summer, but then skyrocket in winter. To save money, buy them in bulk when they're cheap and freeze them to use year-round. Superfood 7, black beans. Found most often in Mexican cuisine, black beans are more popular than ever in the US. Why it's a good food for women. Beans hit it out of the ballpark when it comes to nutrition, Gibran says. They're loaded with the essential minerals folate, magnesium and iron. Beans are also the only food found in 2 categories on the My Plate food guide. Bazillion says, they're both a complex carbohydrate and a protein source. People who regularly consume beans have better weight management and blood sugar regulation. Bazillion explains, that's because of their soluble fiber. Black beans, in particular, have 3 times the amount of omega-3 fats than other beans, and their dark skin contains cancer-fighting chemicals called flavonoids. Unfortunately, beans can be a tough sell, because they can be gassy, Gibran says. But they do keep your digestive system regular. If you're wary of the fiber content, Bazillion and Gibran say you can avoid digestive distress by easing beans into your diet slowly. Eat no more than half a cup at a time. Where to get it? Canned beans are, by far, the most convenient, and they're relatively cheap at 80 cents a can. But with a little planning, dried beans can save you even more money and aren't too labor-intensive. Simply cover dried beans with water in a large bowl, let sit overnight with a bay leaf or 2, drain, and voila! The beans are ready to cook. Gibran recommends using half beans and half turkey to make chili or adding beans to lean ground beef for sloppy joes. Superfood 8. Tart cherries. Don't confuse tart cherries with the sweet black cherries usually found in the supermarket produce aisle. This fruit is most often used in baking and comes frozen, canned or as juice. Why it's a good food for women. Tart cherries are anti-inflammatory superstars and may be great for managing pain. They've long been used to treat arthritis and gout symptoms, says Bazillion. Research suggests that tart cherries can help relieve arthritis and post-workout muscle soreness, lower cholesterol and possibly even reduce body fat, according to a 2009 University of Michigan study. Where to get it? Your cheapest bet: buy them canned, for about $2.50 per can, in the baking aisle. Tart cherries have the same zippy flavor as cranberries and taste great in smoothies or mixed with other fruits. Superfood 9. Almonds. Almonds have been around since biblical times and are a staple in the heart-healthy Mediterranean diet. Mild and versatile, the nuts work well in sweet and savory dishes. Why it's a good food for women. These days, nearly every packaged food, from yogurt to breakfast cereal, claims it's loaded with probiotics, helpful bacteria that promote healthy digestion. Prebiotics, though, are non-digestible food parts that create probiotics when they pass through your intestines. Almonds, along with other high-fiber foods, are a prebiotic food and may ease stomach problems like irritable bowel disorders and diarrhea, and also boost calcium absorption. Snack on a handful daily to lower your LDL, bad cholesterol. The nuts are high in vitamin E, linked to a lower risk of heart disease. A quarter cup of almonds also contains more protein than an egg, and they're packed with magnesium, which encourages production of the brain chemical dopamine, good for regulating mood and preventing depression. Where to get it? Anywhere nuts are sold, including grocery stores and farmers markets. Superfood 10. Quinoa. Quinoa, pronounced quinoa, is a protein-rich seed that the Incas ate to give them strength and energy. These tiny pellet-shaped seeds look and taste like couscous. Why it's a good food for women. Quinoa contains all 9 of the essential amino acids. The building blocks of protein, amino acids make up our muscles, tendons, glands and organs. Since our body can't manufacture or store them, we need a steady source from our diet. Without even one of the essential 9, our muscles and organs would start to break down. Most of us get all that we need from meat, but vegetarians need a surplus of whole grains and legumes to keep their levels intact. Unlike refined carbohydrates, which are stripped of nutrients and fiber during processing, whole grains like quinoa are loaded with antioxidants, vitamins and minerals. Quinoa is a good source of magnesium, which helps relax blood vessels and maintain healthy blood pressure levels. It may even help prevent migraines. Where to get it? Look for quinoa in the rice aisle. Prices range from $2.50 to $4.50 per pound. Thanks for watching the top 10 superfoods every woman should eat. Make sure to hit the like button, share, comment and last but not least subscribe.